YouTubers, Jan again from Thread Garden. I've been a little bit absent, so sorry for that. I don't know what's been happening, but life has just got in the way of making videos. Sorry, I don't mean to not make them. You do need a bit of time set aside to do it, and you also need your computer. That helps, and my husband had borrowed mine for a while. You need editing time. It's summer in Australia, and of course that changes things. Although it's school holidays, the children are at home, in some ways that makes the house very noisy and very busy and quite crazy. So anyway, I have been stitching a lot, so despite not making the videos, I have been putting in the stitches, so I do have a lot to show you today. Today's video is going to be my main work in progress, that sounds funny, my whip progress with my main whips. I will do another video showing you the newer starts I've been doing for a challenge over summer. So today it's just going to be the main projects. Also, I've got a new word for you. You never stop learning stuff when you cross stitch. So I have a new word for you. I mean, you might have already heard it, it might be old news, but I've got a new word. Look forward to talking about that. I've been getting back to my blog, which is great. I've been doing this challenge, so if you follow my blog, there's a lot of updates, basically an update a day from the 1st of January, so I'm very proud of myself, pat on the back for that. Well, I got this for Christmas, ta-da, so that's great. I'm wrapped with that. So I've been doing a lot of stitching using my PDFs. Not all of them. I don't know if I could be bothered scanning in everything I own to be completely paperless, but the projects that I have got downloaded as PDFs I've been using on here, so I'm thrilled with that. I'm keeping this mainly for cross stitch and for books, so I use it as a Kindle as well. I'm using PDF Expert as my app, and so far so good. It's great. I love how you can just blow up your squares so they're quite large, rather little tiny patterns on a piece of paper that you have to squint to see. This is just so fabulous. And I've been highlighting, I've been parking, so I've been highlighting my part threads, which is really good. I hadn't really thought how useful marking where your part threads are. So I've been totally pleased with my iPad mini, and it gets a lot of use. So I'm using different technology for different purposes. So I've got the laptop. I can still watch FlossTube while I'm cross stitching, which I really enjoyed doing. I've got my iPad mini to have my pattern on, and I've just got my phone, because often my phone is, I'm getting texted a lot in the evenings, and if I was reading the patterns off my phone and then I get a text, I'm sure that it'd always be really annoying. I can't, or if I'm on the telephone actually talking to someone, I can't be reading my pattern at the same time. So this way I can be on the phone, still cross stitching with a pattern, and I've got my laptop in the background, so I'm just the techno queen. So I'm going to get on to my whips now, so I look forward to sharing them with you. Okay, so this is my first main whip. It's a Heaven and Earth design called Mini Alice and Snow White. I'm doing the large format, so the project has 16 pages, and I have been working on the top 2 pages, and so I have done half of Alice's face. Here, I'll show you. So there you are. It's stitched on this Magic Guide Even Weave by DMC in 25 count. And I'm stitching at 2/1 10th stitch, which is making it go very quickly. You can't actually really tell it's not cross stitched, and it certainly does speed up the process. Yes, I'm really enjoying it. I do have to have time where I can concentrate, and so I tend to do it when I'm sitting up, usually during the day rather than the evening when I'm in front of the TV and my mind maybe not so focused. You do have to concentrate on it, but I'm really enjoying it, and I'm loving the look of it. It looks a bit like a photograph. That's what my mother said the other day when she saw it, so I'm quite pleased then with the overall effect. Now, speaking of the new word, I heard this word today on this blog, called Keebles World, Keebles World, WORLD.blogspot.com. And she has some fascinating posts that she's written over the last month about a process called dithering, which is the dispersing of colour to give a blended effect. And she was talking about this process in regards to heaven and earth patterns, and how some of the artists, and particularly more recently, have used dithering a bit more in patterns. The more dithering you have in a pattern, and dithering as in D-I-T-H-E-R-I-N-G, the more confetti you have. And so less dithering means you have a bit more of a blocky look, particularly if in terms of the background when it's done. So I just thought that was an interesting topic, and it might be something you might like to look up. And she was saying she felt, Keeble felt that some of the patterns more recently had more dithering and therefore were a little bit tougher to stitch, and that sometimes you can work out from a pattern by looking at the photo before whether there'll be more dithering or not. So it might be something to look up. I'm totally happy with this mini Alice and Snow White. I don't think it is overly dithered, just to use the word. I know, I'm finding it fairly easy. I'm sure there is a bit of confetti. I'm seem to be liking the process. The parking process is working really well for me, and so I'm definitely loving doing that. I'm doing kind of a 10 by 10 block in rows, but trying to stagger a little bit so the columns won't be that obvious. So there we go, totally happy with that, absolutely loving it. I will definitely do more heaven and earth designs. I actually started another one, I'll show that in the next video. I mean, I wouldn't have normally started it, but I was in this challenge and I need 31 new starts, and it was there. So I've just kitted up part of the project in the top left corner. I really want to do some main focus pieces this year, and you know, do just have a couple of, you know, 4 or 5 main works in progress, and then move, add another one in when I finish one, if that makes sense. Alright, on to the next project. Okay, so here is the Prairie Schooler alphabet. I even ironed it for you. It's so massive, but it looks so much better ironed. It being on linen, it creases quite easily, so it's so much better ironed. Totally loving it. So I've just finished K's for Kitten. That's next to J's for Jack-o'-lantern, and I've started Ellie's for Leaves. Now, if you remember, I have stitched this block before. I did it as individual blocks to try it and see, so I'm stitching that one there. So as part of this challenge, I had to do a new block every day, and I'm not that crazy. I'm not going to do 31 new starts. So I've been starting each block just to have that as a start each day, if that makes sense. This is for Gorgeous Debbie's Ultimate Crazy Challenge in January. Debbie Bryant is a well-known cross-stitcher, blogger, YouTuber, and she passed away, and this challenge is in dedication to her, and I really wanted to acknowledge her. So I've started, I'll move this across. So I started M is for Mermaid. Now I'm actually going to change the mermaid a little bit because I'm not that wrapped with her forehead. I think the length of her face is too big, so I will need to concentrate and do that. So that's M is for Mermaid. So this is the mermaid block here. Moving along. That one is the start of N is for Nest. This one here is always for Owl, and remember I'm stitching this on 36 count linen. It's a raw colour, it's beautiful. Here is the top of this sweet parrot's cage, and I've seen this block stitched up. My friend stitched it up. It's really cute. So it might not look much in the photo, but actually it's really sweet in real life. And also you can see I've started this sweet block for Q. Q is for quilting. And then this is probably going to be one of my favourite blocks. And this is the rabbit here. R is for rabbit block. And There you go. So I've stitched a sweet house and flower in the corner. I think that one's absolutely beautiful. There's a lot of stitching in it. It's absolutely beautiful with the cabbages in the background. I'll just go up with the fabric. So I've started V is for Vine, and that's that block there, which goes under M is for Mermaid. And this one's a really sweet block. It's W is for Welcome. That flower vine is just so pretty. What a sweet climber climbing over the house with a little tea party in front. So that's really cute. So this is definitely a focus piece for this year. I'd really love to get it finished. I'm not sure if that's possible because I average one per month. So I've done 11 in 12 months exactly. I started at 12 months yesterday. So I don't know whether I'll get it done this year. I'd like to be almost done with it by the end of the year, but we'll see. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. So some of you will be pleased to see I'm stitching this one again. It's the Shores of Hawkman Hollow, and I'm stitching block 2. So here's block 2. It's a sweet little underwater scene. It's taking me longer to stitch than I thought. I don't know why, but it's crazy. Just is. But it's quite cute. I think it'll look really sweet with the other blocks intact. I really wish I'd done it in the silks because with the variegations and that. I think I'd probably love this project even more. But anyway, it is what it is, and I will keep going with it. My aim was to finish this block this month, so we'll see how we go. I don't have much more to go, so we'll see how we're going. It's on 32 count in an antique linen. I'm stitching it 2/2 in the recommended DMC colours. Alright, last whip to show you. This is my Bucilla kit. It's part of the heirloom collection. It's called Touch of Gold. This is 28 count mushroom even weave. I've done about 1/8 of it. See, I've done the side and up and along the top. I've just started stitching her wings in here. It's a really sweet pattern and it's really cute, and I'm trying to park on it. I have run out of thread because I misread the instructions and started stitching everything with 2 strands, and some of it should have been 1 strand, so consequently I have run out of the green up there. Look, I will go and I'll try and match up a Madeira thread. I haven't had any luck matching up with a DMC, and keep going. I'm not going to pull it out and start doing it one. So look, it's taken a background seat the last 4 weeks. I was mad on it in December and doing it a lot in December, and then I've got a bit slack with it, and I should get back to it because just, you know, you need to keep working on them regularly to get them finished, don't you? So, but I do love it. I love fairies, and I think this is so pretty. Well, that's all I have to share with you today. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you my smaller projects that I've started as part of this Debbie's Ultimate Crazy Challenge in January. So I'll do that. I hope you've got lots of stitching done through December and January, and I hope everything's going very well for you, and I thank you for watching my video. Bye.